I've been reaching out to hundreds of recruiters and employers and I'm not getting any response. This is exactly what my client Jennifer came to me and said the other day. And when we looked at the outreach that she was putting out there, it was pretty obvious why she was getting poor responses. So today I thought I'd do a video on how to outreach to potential recruiters and employers so that you get one, a response, but two, hopefully a positive response and an invitation to either continue the dialogue, to continue the conversation, or even better, an opportunity to get an interview. So one thing I will say is stay tuned until the end of this video, as I will be giving you the exact example that we used and saw Jennifer go from getting no responses to getting 5 responses, and 2 of which turned into job interview offers. So first off, let's go and have a little look in my inbox at the sort of outreach I get and what I mean when I say you need to understand what sort of outreach you should be putting out there. So I'm going to show you some examples of some bad outreach first, just so you can kind of get an idea. And if you are putting out similar messages, this may be the reason you're not getting a response. So let's jump into my inbox and have a look at some of the types of outreach that I get daily. So I've pulled out a few messages here. So this one: hi, I am looking job, if any, kindly recommend please. There's slang, there's poor English, it's just poor sentence construction. That's not appealing to anyone. Nobody is going to look at that and look at your profile or want to get back to you to offer you an opportunity if you can't even construct a sentence in the first place. And the thing is, there's no excuse for it these days with Grammarly, with all of the online tools. I mean, everything auto-corrects you anyway. There really shouldn't be any excuse for poor English, poor grammar. So moving on to the next one, looking for job opportunities in the clinical research field. I'm a medical graduate from India and have a clinical research background. Here is my resume. Please look into it. Let's connect when you get time. Now, why? Like, one, I don't work in recruitment anymore, which is quite clear from my profile. I'm now working with job seekers to help them get hired. So I wouldn't be the perfect person to reach out for with a message like this. But if there was a recruiter or employee that you were reaching out to, why? Why would they want to look at your profile? There's no incentive there, is there? It's lazy, it's saying I can't be bothered to tell you why I'd be good for your company, or I haven't looked into your company, what it is you do, but just have a look at mine and you do the work for me and come back and tell me what I'd be good for. The world doesn't work like that, unfortunately. You need to highlight your value up front. So again, that message would go probably unanswered if you sent that to a recruiter or an employer. The next one just says hi. Thanks. I get hundreds and hundreds of messages. I haven't got time to just respond to hi. I'm one of those straight talker. Let's get to the chase. What do you want? Or how can I help you? Or how can you help me? Let's just cut to the chase here. So again, not the best outreach. So moving on to the next set of messages. Looking for a job. Hello, looking for a new opportunity. Please go through my profile and let me know if suitable somewhere. Again, there's no incentive. Why when, myself, I'm not even working in recruitment anymore. But if I were working in recruitment or am an employer, again, why would I look through your profile? Where in my time in the day would I have the time, one, to look through your profile? But also, why would I want to look through your profile? There's no incentive to make me want to look for a profile other than you telling me you are looking for a job. Well, good for you. But your outreach is to the wrong person. And I'm not hiring for anyone at the moment. So again, you're reaching out to the wrong person. It's a wasted message. This one, interested to submit their work for positions in Bahrain. Again, I'm not working in recruitment, but even so, when I did work in recruitment, I was recruiting for clinical research professionals in the US, which I still openly talk about quite often on my profile and give most of my examples of how we've worked with individuals in the past. Focuses around the clinical research sector and based in the US. So I certainly wouldn't be having any opportunities anyway, but I wouldn't have any in Bahrain or in the telecom or account management field. So again, another wasted message. They've sent their life story as well. Don't waste your time. It's not interesting to the individual reading it because they're not looking for your area of expertise. So that's probably going to lead to you just not getting a response. And this one, again, they haven't looked at my profile. They're looking for opportunities in finance. This is, everyone sort of talks about recruiters having that spray and pray method, but I'm seeing it more and more so from candidates. And I know the job market's tough at the moment, but that spray and pray method to everyone that's a recruiter, once been a recruiter, has a company, has hiring for positions, just sending them these spammy messages won't be the answer. You need to be more focused, more targeted, and more so than ever at the moment, because there's so many people on the job market at the moment and so many good people as well. So if someone's putting better outreach out there than any of this that I'm showing you, then of course they are going to be the ones that are getting contacted, leaving you on the sidelines and not getting a response. So let's look at this one. And these two examples are my favorite ones that I love to receive at the moment. Not clearly, LinkedIn must be auto-generating messages for job seekers at the moment, because the amount of times I get exactly the same wording is ridiculous. Hope you're doing well. I noticed that you're currently working with the clients of Huxley Morton, and the one on the right. I noticed that you are currently work with Huxley Morton's clients. Again, what does that even mean? I mean, for me at the moment, reaching out to me with this message doesn't even make sense, because I'm a job search coach. So actually, these people would be my clients at the moment, because I'm helping job seekers who are looking for support with finding a new opportunity and how they should be applying for it. So this message, I mean, even if you worked as a recruiter, it doesn't really make sense, that message anyway. Yes, working with clients of Huxley Morton, someone's actually taken the time to read that back to themselves and think that doesn't make sense. They've reworded it slightly, but the generic message that I receive is often the one on the right, where it just says that you are currently work with Huxley Morton's clients, and it's like, no, it doesn't even make sense. So again, drop the generic part. Both of them have gone on to give a little bit more about their experience, which is a good thing. Unfortunately for the one on the left, I don't work and have never worked in the events management or restaurant and bar sector. So it's a wasted message. They've used probably an email on that, which I always credit back to because I'm nice like that. But you're going to waste all your emails if you're sending messages out to people that don't recruit in your sector. So always take the time to look at people's profiles and see what they do. And yeah, as I say, the message on the right, a little bit more detail in terms of their experience. So better, improved, but still, when you get inundated with messages, hundreds of messages a day, if you get that same generic kind of opening, most of the time, recruiters will probably just hit delete before they even get to the bit where you've actually bothered to describe yourself. So don't lead with generic messages that, LinkedIn are either spamming out. You can use ChatGPT to construct messages, which would probably be less generic, but I would just say tailor it. And always, you want to highlight your relevant experience to the types of opportunities that they are hiring for. Okay, so you've just seen the bad outreach and what you really, really shouldn't be sending out. And if you are, that's why you're not getting the responses. So now let's talk about the all-important part, which is what can you do to get a good response? Well, first off, you need to research the person that you are reaching out to. Are they recruiting in your field if they're a recruiter? Are they even recruiting in that country as a recruiter? Do they have the types of jobs? Are they hiring for those types of jobs at the moment? Or do they have the types of jobs that you're actually applying for? As we saw, if you're working in the bar and restaurant industry, but you're reaching out to a recruiter who works in clinical research, they're not going to have anything for you. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of your email. So research who you're reaching out to first and foremost. And if you're reaching out to employers direct, again, the same, you know, what opportunities have they got at the moment? Are there any relevant to your skill set? And that brings me to my next point. You want to lead in with the message about how you can help them, okay? So let's look at it this way. As an employer, as I have been in the past, and when I've previously employed people, I've got a problem. Let's take an example of, for example, I once needed to employ someone to head up my accounts team. And, you know, bills were going missed because we weren't on top of it. It was creating me a real headache, you know. I was trying to do my job and that job, and it just wasn't working. Nothing was working. So I really needed someone to help me in that position. Now, this is exactly the same as, or any employee out there is going to be in the same boat. They've got a problem that they need fixing, and you could be that answer to that problem. So think about it from that perspective, rather than you having the problem because you haven't got a job and, you know, they're going to solve it by giving you a job, even though you haven't got the right skill set. That's the complete wrong way to look at it. So first of all, you want to find if they've got a relevant job, if they recruit in your sector, or if they're hiring in your sector, or if that company is working and you've got the relevant skill set. And then find that opportunity, find that person that's actually hiring for that opportunity. Reach out to that person, and let's say they're recruiting for a project manager. You want to reach out first of all with your value and say, hi, I noticed that you're recruiting for a project manager. I've actually been working for a project manager for the last 10 years. I've got my PMP, and I've been overseeing X, Y, and Z type of projects, or whatever it is. You want to go in highlighting upfront the skills that they need that are going to solve their problem, and that's going to get a much better response than, hi, looking for a job, see my profile. Or, you know, you even see it on comments on LinkedIn, you know, when a recruiter posts a job and people just put interested. Immediately, when I was working as a recruiter, I thought, well, I'm not, because you haven't even taken the time to jump into that person's inbox, DMs, and say, and this is why I think I'd be suitable for this role. What you're hoping is that they'll look at you and then say, oh yeah, you'll be amazing. And 9 times out of 10, let's face it, you're not. Or certainly for those positions, because if you are good for a role, which, you know, you all know your skill set, you need to highlight that, and you need to highlight it in a way that's going to help the person that you're reaching out to solve their problems. And that is it in a nutshell, really. And that's the secret. I mean, it's not even really a big secret. It's just changing the way you think ever so slightly will get such better responses. And as I said, Jen there, she got literally her results changed from night and day, and honestly she got such better results, and she's in that interview stage at the moment, so fingers crossed that she will land one of those opportunities. But yeah, think about your outreach, think about who you're reaching out to, think about their problem, not your problem, and lead with your value that you can bring to them, and you will definitely start getting better results. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more valuable insight.